Okay, we're going to get started. Thank you for being on time. Today's Friday Zoom training is Kicking the Box to the Curb, New Ways of Thinking. We want to look at some things that are different. So the same old thinking, the same old results, which was something that was said before in our lives, but now the same old thinking doesn't work with the same old results because we don't have the same old situation. It has changed. And just taking the same ideas and taking them outside of the box it even isn't going to work because, again, our world has changed. So life has changed, and how do we respond to that? How do we move forward, and how do we look at things differently? We want to know which way we want to go, right? We used to go this way or that way, but now we have to choose some paths the other way so that we can find how people are responding or looking for things in a different set of circumstances. So let's talk a little bit about how things have changed. I mean, the first thing is there's lockdowns. Our clients, our customers are staying at home. They're only going out for essentials or they're ordering things. So they're working from home. There are no in-person networking meetings. There is very minimal on-site customer meetings. I know that I have done maybe 2. I know that a couple of my employees have done a few, but people just don't go out to meetings at this point. So delivery is in high demand. How it's delivered, whether it's takeout, curbside pickup, shopping, online, but we want the services delivered directly to us where we are as a consumer. And almost everything is done online, where there might have been a few doctor e-visits last time before. Now it's something you can schedule as an alternative to going in for some things. E-learning, which I am very blessed to not to have to deal with. My children are grown, so I don't have to have kids in the house, and I know what a challenge is. It was a challenge when my kids were little, and it was just homework. So that's a challenge, but now e-learning is online. And then everyone you meet, if you're part of a networking group, is online, and meeting that new people, having a conversation, staying in touch. It's just changed on how we do things. So there are companies that have thrived in the pandemic because there are things that people look for. The first one, obviously, is Zoom or online meeting apps, where no one knew where it was before, even though I had used it prior to this. Everyone knows what Zoom is, or everyone knows what online meetings, because that's the way we're doing things in the present situation that we're in. Clorox, of course, has gone up sevenfold because of cleaning and disinfecting and wiping our everything down. I remember when we first did this in March, you wiped everything down that came into the house. We've learned more now that you don't have to wipe everything down, but you should keep everything sanitized in your house. We hoarded paper towels and toilet papers and hand sanitizer to begin with. Those have ramped up and they're in the stores now, but those companies who have changed to making hand sanitizer where they never made it before because that was something they could sell, they have thrived in the economy. Pendleton, and I think there's another exercise bike company, you see a lot of online ads for them right now because they want to get to you in your house. Because those people who are locked in, they put on the COVID pounds because we're eating for stress, and they want to get their exercise equipment out. We all shop on Amazon. That was the bar that it can just be delivered to your door. You don't have to go out, it can just come. Both Wayfair and Overstock have really been pushing the advertising because we're staying at our homes. We want to update our homes. We want to do new things in our homes. So they're online all the time pushing ads because it's immediate delivery. I have an interesting story about Wayfair. The very beginning of the pandemic, actually it was probably before the pandemic, I had sold the old piano in the house and put it on Facebook Live Marketplace for free and got rid of it. So I wanted a new piece to go in that spot. I ordered a piece from Wayfair. When it came and I unboxed it, it was not the right piece. It was a bigger piece. It wouldn't fit in the space. So I emailed Wayfair and let them know, and they said, that they would immediately, I had to take a picture of the piece and a picture of the box and all that. And they sent me my piece and said they would get back to me if they wanted me to package it up and send it back. I did not have to. It was their mistake. So I got a BOGO from them, which was very exciting. Sorry, I digressed. 3M is doing very well in this economy because they make a lot of the PPE supplies. There was also the beginning of the pandemic, my dad was in a nursing facility, and when PPE was really short, one of the high schools here had turned their 3D lab into making the face shields, and you can order them and take them. And I did that for a number of places. I did it for a food pantry. I did it for the nursing home. So anyone making PPE was thriving. And then the streaming services. Where are we getting our entertainment and what's new and how we can do things new? Also, YouTube is doing well because there's a lot of streaming live to YouTube and new content that's going out there. So when you look at where people are and what companies have thrived, how do we look at our company and take advantage of that or move in that direction? Oh, I was a slide ahead of myself. So how do I thrive in the pandemic? Instead of opening the box, let's just kick that box to the curb and not have any preconceived notions, right? Not saying, oh, that's not modeled for my company. Oh, that's not going to work. But what can I try that's different? I actually, let's see if I can reach this without pulling my headset off. I can. Was on a webinar and they sent good swag bags out and it says progress, not perfection. It's really nice metal little thing. It was very nice to get. But it's progress, not perfection. Let's try some things and see if they work for us. So consumer habits. It's back to that. How have they changed? Our expectations as consumers have changed. We expect customer service. We expect to get it delivered to us. We do everything from our home or our couch. And we are attached to our phones or screens 24/7. We always have one of them with them. That's how we are interacting with the world right now. So understanding that these are what's expected by our consumers, how is that going to change how we do things? So how have some companies embraced difference? So there's new advertising communications. If you get streaming services inside your house, you will notice that the ads have changed. They're just not a commercial anymore. They're an interactive commercial. They either ask you what commercial you want to watch, or there's a QR code on them for you to get more information, or they ask you to scroll over to get a special offer, or they ask you to click your email address to get more information because if you're on a streaming service, you've entered an email address. So they're interactive. So there's different delivery options to people. There's expanding the sales time frame, and there's non-traditional. And so we're going to talk about those today and some examples. The first one is a big one. It's this QR code. I would have told you 5 years ago the QR code was dead. On your phones, you had to download an app and make it work, and all of these things that was an impediment to using it. Now, anyone who has an iPhone or Android phone or any phone that has a camera, and the cameras have become increasingly better, it's just an option. When you put your phone up to a QR code, it reads it and opens up on a little window and asks you to go to the link. So this QR code I made at qrcodemonkey.com, which is free. It took me 3 clicks to do it. I could choose the color. I could put my logo in. I put their logo in for the example. But you can use them in a bunch of different ways, and I'm going to show you. There's also an article on Wired that talks about the comeback of the QR code. So both of these links, take a picture with your camera real quick of the URL, but it'll be up on the line because it's very interesting. So in magazines, instead of just leafing through the magazine and just getting the information that's presented to you on a printed piece, they've added the QR codes with their logos. See their logos in there? And if you're sitting somewhere, you always have your phone with you. You can take a picture, and they'll take you right to the URL that tells you more. So now they can get you to a new place, that second location, without you having to remember later.
I would say QR codes are a great way to bridge the paper printing world with the digital world. They've QR. That's one way that they can kind of link the two, so you can have both magazines and the digital portion of it.
That's my alter ego, David. He's here with us
Sorry,
today. That's
everyone.
okay.
Hello.
He is here with us today, and I should have introduced you, David. I apologize. Please put any questions you have in the chat as we go along, and we'll have a conversation at the end, and that will be great. But yes, it is a great way to bridge it. Thank you for putting those words in my mouth, David.
No problem.
So this is a picture of a TV commercial. So they're talking the commercials here because everyone has a big screen now, right? So then here's your QR code, and here you can press to get an offer, and they'll bring up the offer afterwards. So also the way to bridge, great word to use, David, to bridge the one-way information coming from your television is to get you to interact with it. And you can do that with a click of your remote, which I find very interesting on how people are using them now, and it's great. So then we're going to move to delivery options. So curbside pickup, all different ways to get deliveries. We have Grubhub, we have Uber Eats, we have online shopping that delivers. You can get anything you want delivered directly to you. And how can you be different about delivering options? And I'm going to use an example down here where this guy's making pancakes. I was on a call with some nonprofits, and one of them was talking about that their once a year fundraiser was a pancake breakfast, and they were so upset that they couldn't do it. And I was surprised, and I said, but you could do a drive-up. And it's something that she'd never thought of. It was doing the same thing, but doing it differently. And they could do a drive-up. You know, you could do the same advertising. People don't have to get out of their car. You can deliver it right to their window. You can either have pre-orders or not pre-orders. And you could do something fun to try to find different people to be the ones who are giving it out at the cars. So it's thinking differently about what you have to offer. Can you take your product or service and deliver it in a different way? So if I'm thinking about Weiskopf Consulting, one of the things I could do offering either curbside pickup, not probably curbside pickup, but online delivery, is do something in terms of computer support that can be done online. Let's say your computer's been slow because you've been doing all this work on it, a computer checkup. Send out a coupon that it's done over the internet, and they don't have to do anything. They just have to sign up, let us in, and we'll take care of it for them. So that's a way I could do a delivered online order. So you think about how you can take your service or business and change it somewhat and do an online order. Now, I certainly with that online order may do a coupon or something. You don't have to, but how can you keep connected with your current clients and possibly new clients during this time where you can do a delivery? So let's talk about creative ideas, different ideas that you can do to make something appealing to someone at home. So there's a restaurant, and restaurants are struggling more than anyone, that does a weekly meal in a box. They send it out every Monday. They tell what the weekly meal in the box is. They tell the pickup is Thursday. The deadline to order is Tuesday. They say what the meal is, and you can view the menu and pre-order. So it's not like I have to think about, oh, I'm bringing up Grubhub, but what do I want to order and what do I want to find? It is about them advertising that they're going to make these meals, and all you have to do is pick them up. So it's a different way to get that order than just waiting for people to order on Grubhub. So then there's expanding the sales time frame. So this is going to be a tough one for all of those of you who jumped onto Black Friday or jumped onto Giving Tuesday, and I'll let you talk in a minute, David, and jumped on about Cyber Monday. They're really not a specific day anymore because we're all stuck at home. If you think about it, Amazon decided to really move early. They had their first Black Friday in October. and made a big deal about it and had a huge bunch of sales. Well, when Amazon did that, then Walmart decided that it would honor its Black Friday things earlier too. And then Best Buy decided, well, if they're all doing it, we're going to do it. So really, they have a bunch of sales out there now that you can do that they're all calling their Black Friday specials. And it literally is happening now. You can do it now. It's going to continue. And I don't think they're going to end on Black Friday because they want all the sales they can get because they're not going to get the regular traffics. They can't have the crowds. They can't have people rushing in. And they need to somehow develop that sales over a longer period of time. Now, when we talk about Giving Tuesday, there was a second one this year. So earlier in the year, when we were first in lockdown, there was a Giving Tuesday that was on May 5th. It came up quickly. I'm not sure everyone knew about it, but they decided to have one at the beginning of the pandemic. And now we're coming up in December with Giving Tuesday again. It's December 1st. How are you going to make that work? Is it going to be one day? Is it going to be over a longer period of times? Because I don't think people are going to specifically hit a day because they all blend together right now. And we also have Cyber Monday deals, right? Monday was Cyber Monday, get your best deal. That's probably going to be expanded too. So none of them are going to be the day they are, but over a longer period of time. So if you were selling a specific product that you were selling during that time, how are you going to make that different, longer, and get to your clients so that they purchase it at every time? Do you have anything to say about Giving Tuesday, David?
Yeah, I would say that for one, we've been working with a couple clients who actually have extended it basically from the start of November through about the middle to the end of December. Again, just not to miss on those sales quote slash donations. Otherwise, I would also add that yeah, with they Giving Tuesday earlier on did a Giving Tuesday now on May 5th. To help kind of counteract some of the downswing in donations that nonprofits eventually got. And with that, they're kind of expanding the length at which people can give, the amount of time that people can give. And I will also say in a couple weeks, our team will be discussing nonprofits and Giving Tuesday a little more further in depth. So if you'd like to join us on that one, please feel free to visit our website.
Yeah, the other thing is too that's thrown a monkey wrench into this is the presidential election. There's been a lot of angst by all sides on it, and you need to realize when people are going to move forward from it and be willing to move back into being a customer as opposed to being stressed over everything, and when is the best time for you to decide what your sales frame is. So then there's more creative ideas that people have had, some nonprofits, some regulars. So two people here that I have had telethons, an old-fashioned telethon. It's going back in. It's getting people to engage, getting people to watch, sharing something fun with them, something that they get to do different, and getting them to donate. It's different. So then there's the virtual auction also that you could do to get people to engage, and how you do it virtually and how you do it on stream. Also, there's the infomercial. Can you do a fun infomercial that you can put out on social media that's short, fun, and to the point? All different creative ideas that you can think of doing that can raise money, that can showcase your product that's different than you would normally do. So you can also do things where you're doing a virtual volunteer appreciation party. You can have some kind of other event that's not just a free event like this, but it's a bigger event that people are coming to, whether they're paying for it or not paying for it, whether it's networking or not. But if you're doing a big event and you're asking for money, you could send a small swag bag to get people involved and to acknowledge that they're coming. I went to a big event, and that's where I got this progress, not perfection thing, and it was fun to get. You could do a networking thing where you actually sent lunch to everyone who was attending the networking event. You could do product demos where you sent them something in the mail, not the whole product, maybe a part of the product, just thinking different to get people involved. So the Virtual Volunteer Appreciation Day, they had, for this one, they had a yoga, a meditation, a life coach, and a happy hour to connect. They wanted to provide more than just, hi, how are you on the Zoom call. They wanted to do some fun things. So think about how you can be creative in what you're doing that creates a connection and is a little different than the fact that everyone's been on a Zoom call. We've all been on that, so how can you change it a little different? What can you offer them that inspires them, that makes them want to come to the event, that gives them this positive feeling to join, which creates engagement for you? So let's look at what we can do different, because we've all gone remote and we don't know when we're going back. So everyone has done these, right? The how-to guides, the video instructions, the free webinars. So how can I be different? Have an actual class that gives them an asset, right? What can you send them when they're coming to the class? Or what can they download so you don't have to do any mailing? Video instructions. So if I'm doing a video instruction, how can I maybe bring a guest on that's different or funny or makes that video instruction different than another one that's just boring video instructions? And free webinars. How can I schedule them different? How can I make them valuable? Because there's a million free webinars. We want to make them short, scheduled when they can attend. I can't tell you how many people want to have lunch and learns. It's the middle of my day, and that's why we do this in the morning, so you can spend a quick half hour and then move on with your day. If you want to go back and watch it, it's on my YouTube channel, or if you need something, you can contact us, but make it when it's good for them. So what is it that we can do completely different? I really like the infomercial thing. I think I might do one as a small thing just to promote something, just to be fun. You can create a course online. You can partner with an influencer that's influencing in something. You can start a vlog, which is a video blog. So if you're not good at writing or doing anything, you can get on your Zoom call. You can record an instant Zoom meeting, and it can be your blog. And then you can post it. You can start some type of unique referral program. How can you, get that referral? One of the things I always remember, and this really shows my age, is it was a TV commercial back in the 70s about a shampoo where if you told two friends who told two friends who told two friends who told two friends, everyone would, it's the pyramid scheme. But how can you make a referral program so it would be fun for them and they would get something out of it? A lot of Facebook places or Facebook channels have challenges or contests if you have a private group to get more people involved, because people like to be empowered and engaged and like to get something at the end. Those are great things to do. You could embrace live streaming. So if you're having a networking event or a video, you could stream it live at the time you do it, or record it like we do all of these and put them out later. If you have a creative person in your midst, you could start creating memes. My best example of this would be the Lori Lightfoot memes at the beginning of the lockdown. Her new creative social media guy started the one with her watching everyone, and it went absolutely viral. Or you could find someone to do some partnership marketing with, whether they're symbiotic with you or whether they're something that you can cohabitate with, or whether they're polar opposite. How can you partner market with someone to reach their audience and they reach your audience, and it's great for both of you? So all kinds of different things that you can do, but you need to be simple. Like I could tell you I would never do an infomercial. I think they're stupid. I would never watch one. I read articles about them that say these are the things you should do. In fact, I think I have a slide next. Yes, elements of an infomercial. So I went to look at them, and they work. If they didn't work, there wouldn't be so many of them. So you identify the problem and you discuss the problem. Then you're going to tell them what you can do to resolve the problem, your promise. Then you're going to do a before and after picture or a testimonial by someone who it worked for. Then the offer is going to be a time frame, and then you're going to sweeten the pot, because every one of those infomercials, if you buy one today, you're going to get a second one, and all you have to pay is shipping, handling. So I'm not saying it needs to be as hokey as that, but it's time proof. So how can I make a mini infomercial and use it as a promotional piece on Facebook, on Instagram, to get people interested in what I'm doing? Not be quite as infomercially as everyone else, but just something different to do. So now we're going to come to the questions, and I haven't seen anything that comes up yet, David.
Not yet, nope.
So do you have any comments while we give them a time to type some questions into the chat so we can have a conversation?
It's always been a good play. But especially now with all the changes that have been going on and all of the kind of angst that people have, really to engage with people and do so in a different manner is a great way to kind of quote unquote get them hooked. It makes you stand out above everyone else.
Okay, it looks like we don't have a lot of questions today.
Nope.
I am going to thank everyone for coming. Again, this video will be up on our YouTube channel by Monday. I appreciate those of you who stopped by today, and I hope it gave you some ideas to think differently about how you can do things and not just dismiss them because, oh, that's not my business. Because times have changed and we really need to look at how we're doing things. Thank you so much and have a great Friday.
Thanks, everyone.